In this video, we're going to focus on simplifying exponents. But now, let's go over some basic properties of these things. What is x to the fourth multiplied to x to the fifth? And what is that equal to? Now, whenever you multiply by a common base, you need to add the exponent. So we have 4 plus 5, that is 9. Okay? Another illustration is this. X to the fourth is basically multiplying 4 x variables together, and x to the fifth is equivalent to multiplying 5x variables together. So, when you count them in total, you're multiplying 9x variables together. And so, that's why it is equal to x to the 9th power. So now, what about division? Let's say, if you divide by a common base, what should you do with the exponents? We have x raised to 7 divided by x raised to 3. So, it's just simple. You just copy the base, the x, and it needs to subtract the 7 by 3, the exponents. And that's going to be x raised to 4. Another illustration is this. X to the 7 is equivalent to 7x variables multiplied to each other, and x cubed is just simply x times x times x. So in this case, we can cancel the 3x variables, which leave behind 4x variables on top. And so I think the answer should be x raised to 4. Here's another one. What is x to the third raised to the fourth power? And what should we do whenever we raise one exponent to another? In a situation like this, you need to multiply the two exponents, and it's going to be 3 times 4, which give us 12. So, I think x cubed to the fourth power means that you're multiplying 4x cubed values like this, and each x cubed is basically 3x variables multiplied to each other. So if you count all the x variables in here, let me write first all the x variables, we have the total of 12 x's here. So that's why it's going to be equal to x raised to 12. Now, what about x raised to 0 power? What is that equal to? Anything raised to 0 power is 1, always. So 4 raised to 0 is always equal to 1, and I think we can remember that. Now, what about x raised to negative 3? What should we do if we have negative exponents? If you have negative exponents, all you could do is to take the variable, move it to the bottom. When you do that, the negative 3 will become positive 3. And so, it's 1 over x cubed. That's it. Likewise, let's say if you have this 1 divided by x raised to the negative 4, you can move the x variable to the top. Okay? So let's say that this x raised to negative 4 will be moved to the top, and the exponent will change sign, so it's going to be x to the fourth over 1. Okay? X to the fourth over 1, or simply x raised to 4, or x raised to the fourth power. Okay? That will be the final answer. This is the question for you. What is the value of negative 3 squared? What is that equal to? Now, on the other hand, what about negative 3 squared within a parenthesis? Let me explain you this part. Negative 3 squared is basically negative 3 times negative 3. We have two of them, so this is equal to positive 9. Now, what we have here is one negative and 2 3s. And as we observe here, the exponent 2, the exponent 2 is not applied to the negative sign. So we only have one negative sign. So this is 3 times 3 equals to 9 times negative, that is negative 9. Keep in mind the difference between the two. Go ahead and simplify these problems. Simplify the following expression. So we have 1 x to the 4th times x raised to negative 9. Number 2, x cubed raised to negative 5. Number 3, we have x raised to 7 over x raised to 12. Go ahead and work in these examples. Number 1, we just add the two exponents, 4 plus negative 9, that is negative 5, or also equivalent to 1 over x to the 5th. For number 2, we just multiply the two exponents, 3 times negative 5, and that would give us x raised to negative 15 or x1 over x to the 15th power. Last but not the least, we just subtract the two exponents, so 7 minus 12, okay? And that would give us x to the negative 5th power and also equal to 1 over x to the 5th power.